Brought to you by Cherry Pepsi. Welcome to Dudes in a Mic. We are back with a whole lot to talk about. Brown, how is your day going today?
What's good, man? Hey, today is going great. A lot of news and stuff to talk about. Prayerfully, some of y'all have seen what we put out in a short that of how sometimes you actually do hear things first from us. We know that we're not some of these media moguls, but as you see, we can give you the same level of information, and we are
Right.
just as informed as some of these other pundits.
Come on. You said pundits. Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Oh, yes. What do we have? Hey, how my man Cody be saying? So, what should we talk about?
So, what do you want to talk about? Well,
What do you want to talk
let's
about?
first talk about, since they came off a butt whooping of a weekend, let's talk about the
Yes.
state of that team that I can't stand from Dallas, the Cowgirls.
Right, you and I both can't stand them, brother. All right, let's talk about it.
So listen, this
Let's
is what I
tear
want
the
to say
Cowboys.
about Dallas. Okay, and I don't know why everybody's trying to make this team more than what they are. Okay,
Come on.
they have not been America's team since 1995. That's
Exactly.
almost 30 years ago. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and last time I checked, America is not mediocre. So let's stop putting the America's team on a team that is mediocre at best.
That is mediocre. That's
Let's
right.
deal with the simple fact that this team, Dallas, is a playoff team. That's all they are. Okay. They are a playoff team. That's
They're a
what they
playoff
do
team.
consistently
Mm-hmm.
every single year.
All
Now, I'm going
right.
to say, let's stop putting all of this stuff on Dak. Okay. Let me tell anybody who's going to listen about Dakota Prescott,
Come
aka
on.
Dak. Dak was not a first round draft pick. Dak was not a second round draft pick.
Well, it was not.
Dak was not a third round draft pick. Dak was not a high fourth round draft pick.
Mm.
He was picked in the fourth round. He was not even one of the top 10 quarterbacks in his draft class.
Mm.
Dak was a middle of the road, serviceable, decent quarterback when he played at Mississippi State.
Mm.
And you want to put the franchise on this man's back? There's a few questions I need to ask right quick.
Mm.
Good neighbor, did Dak Prescott win a high school state championship?
No, he did not.
Okay. Uh, we know that he didn't win a SEC championship.
That is correct.
We know that he never made it to a national championship.
No, he did not. Far from it. Never made it. No.
So this man has never played championship level football in
That's
his life.
correct. In his entire life.
But yet we want to act like he's a championship level elite quarterback.
Mm. Mm.
Somebody make it make sense, because it makes absolutely
Right.
no
There we
sense to me.
go.
Okay.
It makes no
If
sense,
we're
man.
trying to act like this guy who never even put any team that he's ever played for in championship contention, that all of a sudden he's going to become a professional and put his team in championship contention, are we just going to ignore the fact that the best year that he had as an NFL quarterback was his rookie season, when that team was shaped around the guy that got injured, Tony Romo?
Yeah, Tony Romo. Yeah.
And since that time, he has not been able to do what he did with
Yeah.
Tony Romo's talent.
Exactly. Yeah, because that team, that last year, Tony Romo was there in Dallas and he got hurt. That team was supposed to go to the Super Bowl with Tony Romo. But unfortunately, the football injury god struck, and that was it. It was pretty much what they call the proverbial passing of the torch. But just like when it was Drew Bledsoe to Tom Brady, that was another situation, kind of like it was Tony Romo to Dak Prescott, except
So
for Dak
yeah,
Prescott isn't Tom Brady talent.
yeah. So the torch got passed. the torch of mediocrity.
Exactly.
Because that's what you're still dealing with.
Exactly. All the
so,
records Tony Romo broke.
And so
all the great outstanding plays he had. It still didn't yield a Super Bowl.
He didn't win an NFC championship.
That's what I'm saying, man. You got to win the NFC championship in order to get to the Super Bowl. I think he might have only won a division. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think maybe one division round. I think maybe. If I remember correctly. Tony Romo, not Brad Scott. Tony Romo.
No, sir.
Not even one division.
No, sir.
So we say again, mediocrity. See, I'm trying to give a man a division win.
That's my point.
No.
That's my point. The whole thing is this team, the only thing that they've been relevant in is Jerry Jones talking.
Right. And selling jerseys.
They never get it done on the field. So why we even keep talking about it? So I'm gonna tell you what the state of the Cowboys is. This is their state.
Mm-hmm.
They're a playoff team. They're not a Super Bowl contender.
No.
They're not an NFC championship contender. They're a playoff team.
They're a playoff team.
That's their state.
I can still tell you that I'm not a Cowboys fan. I can't stand the Cowboys. I believe there's a great possibility that the Cowboys will make it to the playoffs. But we all know, unless barring some, I don't know, disaster, that division belongs to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay, listen. So, to make the playoffs, you just have to be one of 7. So I'm going to tell you right now, there's 2 spots that are already locked up. That's the Eagles and the 49ers.
Right.
1 and 2.
Mm-hmm. That's done.
Then after that, Detroit, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay, 4. Because
they're going to make it in there.
They're most likely going to win the South. New Orleans, 5.
Right.
And then I'll give you Dallas, 6.
Dallas will they're sliding in between 5 and 6. They'll make it in there.
You know what I mean?
Then there's one other team that you know.
And then you got one other team that's gonna get in there. Maybe.
Hopefully, a miracle will be the Panthers. You know, but I doubt it.
No, ain't gonna be the Panthers. Oh, I'm so glad that you brought up the Panthers because did you know? Because good neighbor, you are the Panthers insider. So, being that you are the Panthers insider, are you aware that they are already saying that this could be the first 0-17 team in league history?
In league history, man. League history, man.
Why? Now let me ask you a question.
It's disastrous, man.
Why y'all already calling for Bryce Young? Why y'all always want this man fired and benched?
Look, you have to go back to my TikTok channel and what I said back here in the spring in the draft. I pretty much told the Panthers organization that they were going to draft Bryce Young, even though I wanted CJ Stroud, but everybody pretty much knew he was going to the Texans. So I'm like, okay, if we don't get Stroud, then we're for sure we're getting Young, okay? If you get Young by mini camps or the earliest preseason, he doesn't look like he's getting a good mastery. You know, we're going under a whole different system than what he played with in Ohio State. Sit him. There's nothing wrong with sitting him, letting him learn the playbook, learn the game, how Frank Reich wants it. So we don't have the disaster we have it now, which are the fans like myself, and I'm not that fan asking for Bryce Young to sit down. No. Well, I believe he should have never stood up in the first place. I said it in another TikTok just a few weeks ago that it should have been Matt Corral, but they sent Matt Corral to New England. So I'm like, so we're going to leave it in the hands of Andy Dalton?
I mean, why not if you're rebuilding? You know that you ain't going to win with Andy Dalton
exactly.
Anyway, nowhere.
That was my point of giving it to Matt Corral. But even though Matt Corral, this is a new offense to him as well, coming under Frank Reich, he has that much more experience. He didn't play in the regular season, but he played in the preseason last year. And if you would have left it to Wilkes, Wilkes would have played him last year. But the organization didn't want it. So I'm like, okay, let us groom Matt Corral, see what he does. And if it doesn't work, let's go ahead and bring the rookie in. Okay, now we have Andy Dalton. We see what Andy Dalton did in a loss against, who did we play? Minnesota. We shouldn't have lost that game, but we put up 27 points. That's the most points we put up all season, before then and since then. So only telling me, hey, Young ain't ready. And I said that coming into the preseason, not even the regular season, the preseason, that Young is not ready. If you see him play against the Detroit Lions last week, he, by the middle of the second quarter, looked like a deer in headlights, man. You should see his eyes. He just, wow, I'm not used to this. I'm not used to being chased like this. I'm not used to being chased and have no one to throw the ball to. And he didn't have it. It was disastrous, man. I mean, people, even the commentators was like, should Frank Reich set him down? What should we do? Should it continue to play him?
Oh, my man was calling for SOS.
Right. He was looking for help. My man was giving out smoke signals and everything.
Oh, man.
That man was probably calling for his mama. Help! And that's the kind of disaster that and I forewarned them of this back during the draft, man. This could possibly happen if they don't manage the offensive line. For the defense, once again, we can't talk about our defense because the offense is so daggum terrible.
Just get it all out. You sound like a hurt fan.
I am. I was going to try to say this for a TikTok, but then you had to segue me into this. I mean, I'm looking at my notes. This is not even in the notes, man. But you had to segue the Panthers fan, the Panthers informant into this thing, man. And as a secret Detroit Lions spy, I saw this tail whipping coming.
Where Henry was right.
You know what I'm saying? If you look at my TikTok, what I did last week, when I did my little NFL pick, I didn't choose my Panthers. I picked Detroit.
Hey, all I know is we've never had a team to lose all 17 games. And now mind you, playing 17 games just really started. It's been less than 5 years, and we're about to have a team that may actually set that franchise record.
Right.
I told you.
Look, the Texans were terrible last year. But no one said 0-17.
No, they didn't. No
Deshaun Watson. No Stephon Gilmore. No J.J. Watt. I mean, all the guys that became pillars in the Texans in the past 10 years were all gone.
No,
but even with them, huh?
No DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, no DeAndre Hopkins. But no one still didn't say.
But they still managed to win 2 games.
Right. Can you look on our schedule and see where we can win 2 games? We couldn't beat the daggum Vikings.
You couldn't beat the toilet bowl.
Right. Right. I don't think they could beat something else, but I'm not going to say it on this channel right now.
Hey, listen.
Catch me on TikTok.
Listen, I told you that your moniker should have never been Keep Pounded. It's Get Pounded.
Well, we got a legend. We got a legend where that came about, man. But we had that. I see what you're trying to go there with the Keep Pounding. I don't know. Good gracious.
The Carolina Panthers, ladies and gentlemen.
Ain't even the cardiac cats anymore.
The team that gets pounded.
It's ridiculous. But ladies and gentlemen, catch me on TikTok. I'll vent later on.
Because I did pull that one out of the hat.
Jesus.
We did want to talk about, of course, Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers.
Yep, that's next. Jordan Love. Let's go to Jordan Love, brother.
And so the question that's been raised is, after this first quarter of the season, because that's really what we finished. We were, first quarter of the season.
First quarter's over now. Yeah, for report cards.
Is Jordan Love the future of the Green Bay Packers?
Come on.
And I'm simply going to answer, yes, he is. I've seen enough from him to know that. Now I'm not getting ready to call him elite. Okay, he's not elite, but he is a starting NFL quarterback. If Kirk Cousins can still have a job, Jordan Love is playing better than Kirk, your favorite cousin.
Not my favorite cousin, but
Jordan Love is playing better than Mac Jones.
Exactly.
Jordan Love is playing better than Sam Howell for the Commanders. Jordan Love is playing better than Dakota Prescott.
Yeah. And truth be told, you can rattle out a lot of teams. Jordan Love is playing better than half the quarterbacks in the league right now, to be honest with you.
He's playing better than Jimmy Garoppolo.
Come on with it.
He's playing better than Bryce Young.
Yes, he is.
He's playing better than Zach Wilson. So if we're going to talk about the future is bright for Green Bay. When you look at the state of quarterback play in the NFL,
no,
he's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
He's gonna be fine. I mean, look, truthfully, Green Bay losing had nothing to do with Jordan Love. It had everything to do with their dumb defensive coordinator that wanted to put a linebacker on Davante Adams. Make it make sense.
There we go again. Make it make sense.
Yeah.
When will you you don't want to put your number 2 or 3 cornerback on Davante. Why would you put a linebacker on? Come on, man. Please make it make sense.
Look, they ain't had no timeouts. That once they saw that, timeout. Somebody get the nickel. Somebody get the nickel corner in there.
Somebody find a nickel back, find a nickel corner in.
I mean, come on. And then if it was me in that situation, I was playing linebacker and Davante Adams is lined up across me, I'm not trying to jam him. I'm going to tackle him and just take the penalty. I'm going to take the 5-yard penalty.
And just take the penalty.
Play another down.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Linebackers running down Davante Adams, man. Seriously?
I think Green Bay is going to be fine. Remember, they have young receivers that still need to develop a relationship with Jordan Love. Jordan Love has shown me enough that he's going to be all right. The Packers are going to be all right.
Right.
Are they going to be a playoff team? Yeah, I won't go that far this year, but to get that young man another season under his belt, he's gonna be all right.
Oh yeah,
conversation.
Everybody in Green Bay,
15 quarterback.
Right. What it really boils down to, everybody in Green Bay, everybody in social media, everybody in sports media,
They cut the cheese.
Right. Well, what they really need to do is get over Aaron Rodgers. Get over it. Let's not draw comparisons. We need to get over the toxicity, which was Aaron Rodgers, and let this man show us what he can do in Green Bay now that he holds the keys to the kingdom now.
Oh, you sprinkling facts right there.
I'm just gonna tell it like it is today, my man.
I got you. So listen, in other news, because we having a whole lot, and the times that we get together talked about my beloved Philadelphia Eagles. As a matter of fact, my beloved undefeated Philadelphia Eagles.
Yes,
my Philadelphia Eagles, who probably have one of the best quarterbacks in the league. We don't want to talk about how, like, in 2 years he's only lost one game, but we don't want to touch on that. But the Stephen A. Smiths of the world and some of these other folk, Skip Shameless, they all they want to talk about is Dakota Prescott, who can't win nothing.
Right.
I mean, now I'm cool when they talk about Patrick Mahomes. At least he wins. But I mean, who has a better record right now than Jalen Hurts when it comes to win losses? All he does is, look, somebody hit my DJ Khaled music. All he does is win.
All he does is win.
But everybody has been making a big stink about the brotherly shove. Now, it went through the competition committee, over the offseason. And they said there's no problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
And now everybody still keeps complaining like they want to get a ban of this play mid-season, when all it is a scrum. But at no point is it violating any of the current rules within the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
The simple fact that other teams have tried it and have not been successful with it, just lets you know that the brotherly shove, which has originated from, of course, the team out of the city of brotherly love, my Philadelphia Eagles. But we have a top 5 offensive line, and we just happen to have a quarterback who can squat 600 plus pounds. That's why we're stopping the play.
Exactly. Now let's back up a little bit. For the viewers that are watching and don't understand and might not know what the brotherly shove is, break down what that is for them real quick, Brown.
It is simply the quarterback sneak. That actually, truth be told, Tom Brady used to do it all the time, and wasn't nobody complaining when Mr. Brady was doing it. Everybody thought that it was so nice that Tom Brady, because he was 6'5", could just lean over the line and get a first down. But it wasn't a problem then. But now Jalen Hurts, who is roughly a little bit taller than me, and I'm 5'11" and a half.
Yeah, I think they say Jalen Hurts is 6'1", and I doubt it.
Thank you.
I'm 6'1".
Thank you.
Exactly. I think they selling that.
Yeah.
And so see, that goes back.
These people want to make an issue that all he's doing is doing what Tom Brady did and doing a quarterback sneak and getting a first down.
Brother, look, we both played football.
Come on.
We both played football. I mean, me personally, I can only go back to the 7th grade. Some of us have gone back to Pop Warner. I've been in a couple different offenses where we had a new offensive coordinator and we're setting up the playbook. Guess what the first play was that we put in the playbook?
Quarterback sneak.
Help me. But that was the problem. I mean, some people argue.
I played running back, and my responsibility on QB sneak was to be behind the quarterback in the event that he fumbles the snap.
Exactly. And my job as an offensive lineman was to cut down every defensive lineman in front of me, take their legs out. So our quarterback can go in there, pick a lane which is typically over the guard or over the center, and get that ball over that white line, man.
And truthfully, if you watch when Philadelphia does the brotherly shove, there's not a whole lot of pushing Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is finding the hole, making his way through. It's very rare that you see
if you go back to when Tom Brady played for the New England Patriots, they give him the credit for how he mastered it. But look at the offensive lineman that he's had in front of him. When it comes down to the quarterback sneak, I'm not going to call it the brotherly shove. The quarterback sneak, it's about the center and the 2 guards, man. I mean, we've been running the quarterback sneak since football was invented. I mean, come on, man. Do I need to take you back to probably – now, people want to say Tom Brady in NFL history did the best quarterback sneak ever. No, I'm not going to say that. No. Do I need to bring up Johnny Unitas and the Baltimore Colts?
Oh, you took it back.
Huh? Do I need to take us back there? Did we forget about Johnny Unitas?
I didn't.
Come on, man. Come on. That's why I'm glad we came over with this channel. For this sports media that has a history, have an ego complex, they want to come out here and rewrite and have revisionist history. You're not going to get that here, buddy. Out of the 2 of us, I'm the most biased one on this channel.
That is
but
correct.
Even I every now and again come
That's
up
a
with some
sprinkled fact right there. That's a sprinkled fact
right
there.
I'm gonna give you Johnny Unitas and the Baltimore Colts. Come on, back when sports was.
You right. Come on, you right.
So then what's now? If Johnny Unitas was doing it when we barely, because back then when we could barely do a forward lateral pass, when it was all about running, and quarterback sneaking. Back when NFL football still resembled a lot of rugby back then, some of the plays that we ran. Come
Facts.
on, man.
Facts.
So what the problem we have now? Because Jalen Hurts is doing it. And why do we have a problem with Jalen Hurts doing it?
They have a problem because they can't stop it.
They can't stop it. They can't stop it.
And so these little insecure defensive coordinators, when they get to 3rd and 2,
Hey.
and for where most teams, well, I can stop you from getting 2 yards, and then it's going to be 4th down. Against Philadelphia, it's like it's 3rd and 2. We in trouble because we know
we're in trouble.
We know that they could run the play right now, or they can run it on 4th down, and my defense is still going to be on the field. Let's call it for what it really is. You got insecure defensive coordinators.
Yes, they do. They're insecure. But see, that's the thing about it. And I take you to another good head coach. He's not in the NFL. He didn't really succeed too well in the NFL level, but he's been great at the college level. He's like, guess where I'm going? He's like the Bill Belichick of the college football. No other than Nick Saban.
Come on.
Hey, don't be. I remember a press conference he did here some years back. He said, hey, what you upset for? Just stop it. You don't like me running the ball down your throat when you think I ought to be passing it, stop it. If you don't like the way, well, who was the quarterback then? Oh, he didn't do that well in the NFL. He had one of the best arms probably in Alabama history. Could see his face. He won the last before we switched over to the playoffs.
I
can see
know
his face and call his name.
It started with a Mac something.
Yes.
Something like that. I know.
Yes. He will continue to pass when some think he should have been running. And Saban, once again, he in the press conference once again. I can't please you guys, man. I run the ball, you're upset. I continue to pass the ball, you're upset. Look, just stop it. That's all you got to do. If you can't just stop my pass, you don't want me passing? Stop it.
Yep. You don't want me.
And even he said it. You got these weak-minded, scared defensive coordinators, man. Just stop the play. That's all you got to do.
That's all you got to do. So
just like when we ran Peyton Manning, they don't like what they call a sugar offense. You don't like the fact that he don't do a complete huddle. Stop it.
Stop it.
So you got to do is stop it.
That's all you got to do.
That's it. Let's move on. Got to be lit today, man.
Well, man said, let's move on. He like stop the play. I love it personally, because we still undefeated. So stop that. But anyway,
stop it.
As we move on, let's talk some college football here real quick.
Yes.
Again, we've gone through the first quarter of the season. So I want your first quarter college football playoff predictions. Who are going to be the 4 teams based on what you've seen so far in the first quarter of the season? Who you got?
Well, I'm telling you now, I'm not a Pac-12 fan. I'm not an Oregon fan. Number 1 for me is Oregon. Give me Oregon.
Number 1.
Number 2, we have Michigan. I mean, not necessarily in this order.
Okay.
Michigan's
I want it in
be
your
number
order.
1 to me.
No, I want your order.
Oh, you want it in order. Okay, well, hold on. Let me reach into my notes because I was trying to improvise. Let me make sure. Look into my notes. All right, number 1, we have Michigan. Number 3, might not like this one. I'm going with the Washington Huskies. I believe they're going to shock the world and make it in there. They haven't really made it to the meat of their schedule yet, but let's go to the first quarter. You have to slide in the Washington Huskies. Okay? Number 4. Now, you might not like that. I'm going to give you this team at number 4.
I love it.
Give me
the
Florida State Seminoles.
I love it.
You heard it here first.
So, and I like how you added that you heard it here first. So, right now, first quarter.
Yeah.
College football playoff. Number 1, Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Oregon Ducks.
Come on.
Number 3, Georgia.
Georgia. Come on.
Number 4,
Okay.
Florida State. Because if the Pac-12 gets a team in, the Big 12 is not getting a team in. Big 10 will have representation.
Come on.
The SEC will have representation. The ACC, an undefeated ACC team, will have representation.
We'll have
So
representation.
if the Pac-12 gets a team in, then the Big 12 will be excluded. For instance, if the Big 12 gets a team in, then the Pac-12 will be excluded. Because at the end of the day, this is with the 14 playoff format, it is the SEC Big 10
Invitational. Yep, I'm with you. I see where you're going with that.
First.
Come on. Yep, those are our picks after the first quarter, man. Yeah. We pretty much passed the first quarter in both conferences. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. So listen, we have a few minutes left before we have to bid you, our listening and viewing audience, adieu. So we gotta go sports entertainment. And it's really
we have to, brother.
There's really two things. I'm gonna turn this over to you, good neighbor, because you are the sports entertainment enthusiast. You are the sports entertainment insider. You are the sports entertainment guru. For those of you who are wondering what I mean by sports entertainment, I'm talking about wrestling. Professional wrestling, WWE, AEW, Impact, Ring of Honor, New Japan, Strong Style, you name it. Okay, so with that being said, two things. CM Punk can't find work. How do you feel about that? And then number 2, Roman Reigns is making his return.
Oh, yes.
How do you feel?
Friday night on the new season of SmackDown. Okay, let's start off with CM Punk. He can't find work. And I'm going to make it real short and sweet when it comes down to CM Punk. I really could probably go another 30 minutes just on CM Punk. CM Punk, he's one of these people that he burns every bridge he crosses behind himself. He crosses the bridge, then he burns the bridge behind himself. For the past 5 years or so, everybody was like, CM Punk's coming back to the WWE. CM Punk is in CMLL. CM Punk might show up to this new league, the AEW. People have to go back and look at history. Once again, especially in sports entertainment or pro wrestling, we have to start revising history. We saw how he left WWE, CM Punk, as a WWE the first time around. Then they come back briefly when they signed a contract with Peacock and started doing all this like sports related stuff, like their own version of ESPN, when they had a channel with Booker T. I forgot what the other female name was. And where does this thing come from?
You raised your hand.
Oh, I forgot. Raise my hand. Yeah. I don't know what to do with that. That's on you. And so, am I still here?
Yeah, you still here.
Okay, I'm gonna keep talking. But so he was on the show to where he was one of like an analyst, I guess you can call it, for professional wrestling. He left that with bad blood. Him and Booker T at the time. Okay. So I think 2 years go by, AEW goes from being just a pay-per-view type thing to now it's a full-blown promotion. As soon as that promotion got started, here comes the CM Punk rumors again. So eventually, long story short, CM Punk shows up in the AEW. Didn't take long for him to burn the bridge. And guess what? I'm not going to talk about All In, but that's not when the bridge started to burn. That's not when it started. It started back when they invented Collision to be the CM Punk show because CM Punk was so unhappy, didn't want to work with all the guys in the AEW locker room, but because Tony Khan didn't want to lose CM Punk. He gave him his own show, dressed on
Can
the
we
TV.
talk about the real reason Cody Rhodes left?
Oh, the real Rose and Cody Rhodes. That was
Because
CM Punk.
because
When
of
I say
CM
didn't
Punk
want to work in the
and and
locker room,
and when
Cody was the
Tony
chief reason
Khan
why.
and when Tony Khan signed CM Punk, he moved Cody Rhodes down the card.
Yes, he did. A man that created this company, you're going to slide him down the card, and you're going to book him in matches to where you could never get this title again if you lose. Cody Rhodes loses. And that was his
And
ticket out the door.
and more than half of your roster comes out
Mhm.
of the Nightmare training facility.
Come on with it. And guess who was one of the biggest prizes to come out of the Nightmare facility?
Hmm.
Jack Perry.
Well, I tell you, now that is some wrestling insider information. But let's stop talking about Punk. Let's talk about
Yes, sir. Woo! Acknowledge
Acknowledge
him.
Me.
He
Roman
will
Reigns.
be back on SmackDown this coming
Roman
Friday.
Reigns is making
Yes,
his
sir.
comeback to SmackDown.
Yeah,
And
on
bruh,
the season premiere this
he
coming
does
Friday.
not he does not have to wrestle to make the show.
No, he doesn't.
But I will say this for Roman. Roman needs to be on the show. I
Yes,
need to see him establish whatever his next feud is going to be for whoever
yes.
he's going to defend the title against in the next pay-per-view. As long as
Okay.
I get those things, I'm gonna be happy with Roman. What say you?
It's a couple. It's one more thing that I need to see out of. I guess you can say Roman, but more so out of the creative guys.
Okay.
Roman is still a draw. Roman is still seen as the guy.
Mm-hmm.
But when they were, I guess we can say ending or giving a break to the bloodline Civil War feud type thing, they really didn't have Solo nor Roman Reigns looking strong.
Correct.
So while Roman was absent, they with Jimmy, who was making Solo look weak at one time, they brought Jimmy back to help Solo look strong, and they did it together by demolishing AJ Styles. Okay, so they once again now have reestablished Solo as being a force, an enforcer. He's strong again now. So even though Roman is still that guy, they need to figure out a way to make up for him not looking so strong at times doing this Civil War. I mean, I got tired of seeing Roman Reigns and Solo getting super kicked every week. You
Agreed.
understand what I'm saying?
Agreed.
So even though we've given it a break, at least with myself, I mean, other people's memories are short, not mine. So I still remember the super kicks. So we need to somehow, like you just said, establish a new rivalry. But in doing this, we need to make him look strong. I mean, we need to take him back to when he first unified the titles type strong.
Yeah. Stack and smash. That's
Come
what
on with it.
we need. Stack and smash Roman.
Stack and smash. Come on.
Cool.
That's my take on
Well,
that.
listen, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a joy.
Yes, it
spending this
has.
time with you today. As always, it's two dudes and a mic, a whole lot
Know it.
of biased opinion, sprinkled with a little bit of facts. So,
You know it.
one of the things is for those of you who watch, if there's certain things that you want us to talk about, hopefully you enjoyed everything that we shared today. Please take the time to put that in the comment line. Those things that you'd like to hear us talk about, we will talk about it. It can be sports, it can be life, it can be sports entertainment, professional wrestling,
Yes.
you name it, we will talk about it. And trust and believe, there will be things that you hear us say that you hear here
You hear first.
Not first take, not undisputed, not
That's
Colin
right.
Cowherd, not speak. Two dudes, one mic, giving you a whole lot of opinion, sprinkled.
Sprinkle.
Facts. So
Come on
until we
with
get
it.
together again, which will be tomorrow for our Thursday pick'em, y'all have a wonderful day.
Have a wonderful day.
Depend
And
on
check
what
out
you
our
watch.
promo as well. We got two shows we just dropped. Come on, check those out as well. The cards will be on the bottom of the screen.
That's what's up. All right. So it's the fact spitter and the good neighbor. Have a good one.
You know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.